we present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin and your chairman is Humphrey Lyttelton.
Thank you and welcome to the show. We begin this week with some good news and some bad news. 3 of our regulars are able to be with us today. That's the bad news. The good news is that they're joined by Mike Harding. So welcome on my right, Mike Harding and Willie Rushton. And on my left, Graeme Garden and Barry Cryer. And we start with a game called Double Feature. This is the round that takes as its premise the poverty of the international film industry. For economic reasons, new films have to be made out of remakes of pairs of old films. And I want you to give me the resulting titles, and I'll award points for anything that approaches humour. And we'll start with you, Graeme Garden.
I've heard that they're going to combine Gorky Park, Porky's, and Delia Smith's cookery course and come up with Gorky, Porky, Pudding and Pie. Good, eh?
Okay, Mike.
Well, I thought they might combine Gandhi and Ring of Fire and do a film about an Indian bicycle regiment that lived on curry and call it Blazing Saddles.
Barry.
They're combining Never Say Never Again and Strange Invaders, and they're calling it the Joan Collins story. Yes. It's there if you look for it. As Joan Collins once said.
Right, Willie Rushton.
I got your noises off. I know, it's a personal problem.
I don't think we don't know.
Noises off, scream, 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 and cats. And it called Watch It Lads, Yehudi's having his fiddle resurfaced.
I hear that they're going to put together TV AM and Breakfast TV and call it Quits.
I thought they should combine Yanks and E.T. and just call it Go Home.
They're combining Rumble, Fish, and Apocalypse Now and calling it the BBC Canteen.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Tales from the Vienna Woods and calling it Chips with Everything.
Earthquake, Carry On Nurse, and See How They Run, which they're going to call simply Bedpan.
Economies in television again. They're going to repeat Dallas and show the episodes in reverse order. They're going to call it Salad. Starring R.J.
Combine Saturday night and Sunday morning, The Long Good Friday and Never on a Sunday and call it Lost Weekend.
Any more?
Up Periscope and Sincerely Yours. And it's called Sincerely Periscope.
Snow White and Emmanuel and call it 7-Up.
I think that's a good enough time to call a halt to that.
Slightly too
Always
late.
stop when you're behind. That's my...
Well, our newcomer Mike Harding has shot into the lead with that.
Oh.
Anyway, this is where I flick through the yellow pages and ask the teams to stop me and choose a trade. And then at the end of the program, I'll be asking the teams for appropriate names for members of that trade arriving at their annual ball. I'm going to flick the yellow pages now. Teams, stop me when you
Stop.
wish.
Oh, I see that in case of any help, Hump.
We've stopped at letter C, page, in fact, 122.
A lot of A, B's, and
And
C's.
it gives you a choice, which is more than I'm going to do. You could have had chamois leather manufacturers or chain and lifting gear testers.
Why
So
not?
we've had them. So we'll do charitable organisations. How
Oh,
about that?
great.
Yes.
Great.
You like that? Right.
yeah.
Start thinking, and we'll go on to the next round. Limericks, this is called. I'm going to ask you to make up some limericks that are suitable for broadcasting. So it Shouldn't take us long. I'll give you the first line, and then you take one line each. And we'll start now with a line. A woman once said, "What the heck" to me. Mike.
You look like a physical wreck to me.
You're a leery old gent.
However, come to my tent.
Though it doesn't look very erect to me.
I'm not having that. 10 marks off.
Divers.
Here's another one, then. Let's hear it for old Russell Hartio.
He's a bit of a lad for a party-o.
You arrive about 8.
And you're given a plate.
Of chicken and ham and tomatoes.
Thank you, Mike. Graeme Garden. A Portuguese goer from Chile.
These get better, don't they, Hump? A Portuguese goer from Chile once met a young hooker named Willie.
Me. He started to hug her.
Thank you, Mike. She said, "Let's play rugger."
Half-time score, Chile 3, Willie 0.
Right, and finally, Willie, here's one for you to take up. A cheeky young cowpoke called Hank.
Went into the woods.
You never get away with it.
With a plank.
Just a warning shot.
For 3 or 4 winters,
He suffered the splinters.
but he laughed all the way to the bank.
That's stupid.
Clean up.
Very good, Barry. You win that one.
Thank you, Hump.
We go on now to the... Actually, the score is a bit embarrassing at the moment, so I'll keep it to myself. We go on to the round called Word for Word. In this round, one of the members of a team says a word and his partner must say another word totally unconnected with the first, and so on. The other team can challenge and try and prove a connection. And we'll start now. Who wants to start this one?
They do.
They do. Willie Rushton and Mike Harding, will you start this off? Get ready to challenge Graeme and Barry.
Palimpsest.
Plank.
Challenge from Barry Cryer.
Connection between palim and cest. Such a long word, I thought I should intrude in the middle of it.
Palimpsest is a Greek word meaning twice written, and it concerns manuscripts of which one erases the upper layer and writes upon the cleaned vellum beneath.
Well, we all know that.
Tim wouldn't have known that.
So there are 2 versions. That's the connection, first and second version. I knew I was onto something here.
Good challenge.
Excellent.
Oh, I was supposed to short it. Will you start?
Yes.
Will you start with your word, Graeme?
Lamborghini. Thrush.
Challenge from Willie Rushton.
The diet of the thrush is Lamborghinis. The famous Italian vegetable.
Very
Anyway.
good.
Yes,
Very good challenge.
yes.
Okay, Willie, you take a word.
Taro.
Transistor.
Tomato.
Verisimilitude.
Teak.
Turgid.
Door.
Challenge there from Barry Cryer.
Teak, well known as the most turgid of woods. I read it in a book. The Book of Wood Lists.
By Nigel Rees.
Who else?
Right, Barry, you win that one. Take a word.
Flitch.
Challenge from Mike Harding.
No connection with anything.
I was quite rude.
No, you adjudicate.
What's your defence? I want to hear your side of it.
No, I'm not here to defend myself.
Then you lose a point. Mike?
Bassoon.
Hemp.
Grunge.
Socket.
Challenge.
Grunge and
Graeme.
Socket, a very well-known drag act. A couple of
Very good, Graeme. They were on the point of winning that
excellent.
round when you intercepted them, so you and Barry win that one. As we go on to the round Just a Minim. This is a musical round in which the team members attempt to sing a song for a minute without hesitation, repetition, or deviation. Our song is going to start with you, Willie, and it's There Is Nothing Like a Day. Challenge there.
Hesitation.
That's one of the few people who can count in.
It actually starts off. It starts off.
Colin
Repetition
was
of
having his full
hesitation.
moment. I was allowing Colin his brief moment of glory prior to my singing, after which he's lost.
And he also has to play Colo Voce, which is not easy.
Could you play it again, Colin? I think you'll notice I was doing the right thing. I was also trying to remember the tune. There is nothing like a day
Challenge from Graeme
in the world.
A deviation from the key there, I think.
That was in F, where I belong.
Yeah, I think that's okay. You were in the area of the right key, Willie, so carry on.
Well, it was on the keyboard, yes.
There are no books like a female. Absolutely all resembling a person of the opposite sex. Complete and utter inadequacy of alcoholic refreshment resembling a person, not a man. And as to thinking, forget it. And the same thing goes for acting, or indeed attracting. In fact, there's not a thing that's wrong with any person with a male inclination here.
Challenge by...
thing.
Well,
I
quite
think
obvious.
there were
That's
several
the story of my
things
life.
Several things about, I thought.
Absolutely right.
Thank you.
Absolutely
I
right.
just sing with the
Well, Graeme and, Barry and Mike Harding didn't really get a look in that round, which
Lucky.
puts them
Very
about
grateful we
25
were.
points ahead.
Oh, what a painless round. Wonderful.
We've just got time for another round of the well-known board game Bordeaux. And you remember how it was poised last week, so Barry, it's your turn now to throw the dice.
11. 6 and 5. Oh, dear. Pick up a card. You are Ronald Reagan. Go back to Hollywood. Oh. I go back 7 to Hollywood. Right. Onward.
That was 7.
That was 7, yes, in my book. Plus VAT.
Okay. Right, Willie Rushton.
Oh. 4. A ladder. Up we go. Oh, no, it's a ladder in Joan Collins' stocking. Down we go. Right. Sorry, Britain.
Graeme Garden.
Aha, 14 the hard way. Back to Joan Collins again. 7, right. So that means I move my Sydney Opera House 2 spaces. Hup. Hup. Into the cellar, and I suspect Colonel Mustard in the gents at Piccadilly.
Your turn, Mike.
One. Community chest. You've been elected Prime Minister of Great Britain. Go straight to Abu Dhabi. Do not pass go. Collect £2 million. Knight your son on the way back. Where in the toilets in Piccadilly he meets Colonel Mustard.
Well, on that cliffhanger, we've gone now to Call My Bluff, a game familiar to all those who've seen the television program of the same name. We play it very much the same way. The teams are going to give me 4 different definitions of a word, and I have to guess which one is correct, and then they'll tell me whether it's true or a bluff. And this week, teams, your word is Lyttelton. Lyttelton. Let's start with you, Barry.
Well, this dates from the Olympic Games. Many of you may have seen the film Chariots of Fire, and the two heroes, as 'twere, of that film were Harold Abrahams, the great Jewish athlete who used to run 220 yards, but to you 200, and the Eric Liddell, the great Scots athlete, who was a very religious man, whose motto regarding athletic events was "Never on a Sunday," which was exemplified in the film. He later changed his name to Melina McCory and became Elgin Marbles champion. But it all dates from him being nobbled, Humphrey. He was nobbled. Somebody introduced curry powder and Cenepods into his pre-race drink, and he thus ran 100 yards in 0.34 seconds, which was computed as being 100 miles an hour, known as a ton. So a little ton, the derivation, a nobbled athlete, little ton.
Right. We go on to you, Willie. What about your definition?
Oh, mine actually is Lyttelton is the pronunciation. And it's a news service that British Telecom has brought in for compulsive liars. And you actually lie until you hear meep. And it's quite good. You can talk about the Lytteltons, for instance, whose record is pretty appalling in this country, particularly Bad Penny Blues.
Just make a note about that one. And we go on to you, Graeme Garden.
Well, it comes from the Old French, and the phrase in French is le tel temps, which is literally untranslatable, but as close as you could get would be, so what? Le tel temps, they cry. If, for example, a jazzo was to stand up and toot out Bad Penny Blues on his trumpet, the French audience might turn to their friends and say, le tel temps, so what? That's what it means.
Fair enough.
Lyttelton.
Right.
Fair enough.
Le tel temps, so what? The audience is saying it now. Can you hear
There
it?
you go.
Right, Mike Harding.
Lyttelton is, in fact, a word of Cumbrian origin. It dates from 18th century England, 18th century Cumbria in particular. And Lyttelton is a feather bolster that was used in bundling. Bundling was a tradition that arose somewhere around about the 17th century. In the 18th century, if you actually look at parish registers, you'll see that the average age of marriage was 27 years. And the onset of puberty was somewhere around about 14. This meant that, any mathematician could tell you, this meant 13 years of biting the fireplace and kicking the crumhorn and waiting at tumbril terminuses and kissing your good lady good night as she went off into the darkness of 18th century England. There was nowhere, in other words, that couples could go to court each other, to have a good court, as they used to say. The woods were full of desperate men and the hills were full of desperate women because nobody invented roads so far. So the custom grew of people lying together. This was called bundling, so they could get to know each other. And they had a feather bolster with sharp bodykins in it, which would puncture your ego if you tried to cross the forbidden line. And this tradition of bungling, or climbing in the window of your loved one, degenerated into, the word actually degenerated and became burgling. So, a Lyttelton...
This is longer than Thornburst.
I know, but it isn't costing as much.
It's better.
So a Lyttelton is a bolster that they used to put between courting couples. It's a corruption of the Cumbrian Lyttel Dawn, or Little Dawn, Lyttelton. And that's the actual truth. And may I stab my victuals if I'm wrong, sir?
Right. Well, I've got a fine selection here. I didn't like Barry's definition particularly. Apart from anything else, he didn't plug Bad Penny Blues. I didn't understand Willie's. I've got nothing to... I've actually... French, so what? It's got a ring of authenticity about it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
No, as for the feather bolster, goodness me. We learnt a lot then, I must admit. I'm going to go for that one, actually. I'm going to go for Mike Harding's definition, a feather bolster. Because it was very ingenious, didn't you think? Oh.
No. That's southern for long.
In 11 series, I've never heard a noise before from the audience like that.
They were talking in their sleep, I think.
So, Will you tell me whether it's true or a bluff? Mike Harding.
A bluff.
Well, so who has the true definition?
I think
Who would have thought?
Oda. Well, I never.
Good Lord.
That's amazing.
Amazing, isn't it?
Isn't it? It is. You never know. Now then, that brings us to a tiebreaker. And what better for a tiebreaker than another round of Mornington Crescent? Actually, you may remember the Mornington Crescent digital competition we set 5 weeks ago. Using a computer, we asked you to find the shortest playable route from Baker Street to Mornington Crescent. Well, we now have the result. I'm sorry about the long delay, but we had to verify it using the BBC computer, or pocket calculator, to give it its technical name. I'm going to give you the answer now. It's Baker Street, Westbourne Grove, Gants Hill, Mornington Crescent. Well, obviously the competition was closed to people taking part in this program, but the first name out of the producer's toupee is... First name out is Mr. T. Brooke Taylor. Well done, Mr. Brooke Taylor. You'll win a new set of floppy disks. And now on to this week's game, and we'll make it very simple since we have a novice playing. Okay, Barry? So, and we'll start now with you, Barry.
Ladbroke Grove.
Willie.
St Andrew's Hill.
St Andrew's Hill.
Yeah, I don't... Well, you can.
South of St Paul's,
Yes.
which is a clever move.
Yes, all right. Goodge Street.
Mornington Crescent.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
God, he's twigged fast.
Our audience were there a little bit ahead of you, but still, you got there in the end. So Mike Harding's the winner of that round as well.
Amazing.
We come to the point where I ask the teams for their late arrivals to announce the late arrivals at the Charities Ball.
Brimming with confidence, will you welcome, please, Mr. and Mrs. Aid and their daughter, Christine Aid.
And her friend Maundy Rice Davis.
And her ox fam.
Closely followed by the Rabbit family, Bakshi and Donation.
Mr. and Mrs. Day and their son, Poppy.
The Speciers and their daughter, Iris.
Mr. and Mrs. Concern and their West Country son, Adge Concern.
Oh, there's Charity Biggins. I thought she was at home.
I like it. I'm believing that charity begins at home. There's Mr. and Mrs. from Armenia. Mr. and Mrs. does a quid till payday. And son from Bradford. Len does a quid till Friday.
With his girlfriend, Anne Doubt.
There's Faith, Hope and Charity, and the greatest of the three is the 15% VAT. That's a political point I'm making. There's a...
Well, the Ukrainian couple, Mr. and Mrs. Yorandin, and their Cockney relative, Gert Yorandin.
There's Grace. I'd like to do her a favour. Now then. No, she's got a boyfriend with her, Benny Fitt.
The Egyptian couple, Kitchen, and their daughter, Sue. Kitchen.
I think I know them.
There's an old chap over there, the magistrate, known to us all affectionately as Beak West.
And the people who really believe in charity beginning at home, the Russian couple from Irkutsk, Mr. and Mrs. Sugarlove, and their son, Boris Sugarlove.
There's Witch Hazel. She's the covenant.
From Wales,
And why not?
Mr. and Mrs. Sports and their anti-blood. And Mr. and Mrs. Vation and their daughter Sal. And don't forget to ring Mr. and Mrs.
Keep going. Tim was never like this.
Mr. and Mrs.
Go on.
Sanctuary and their Spanish cousin Don Key Sanctuary.
That's it.
Before we get letters saying
do
that
anything
Willie
next
Rushton hogs the show, on which high spot, ladies and gentlemen, let's say that Mike Harding's had a runaway win this week. And so from him and them and all of us, good night.
Barry Cryer, Graeme Garden, Willie Rushton and Mike Harding were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with Colin setting some of them to music. The program was produced by Mayhew-Archer.